What's up, everybody? This is your boy Thirsty Jack, and I'm back on the YouTube scene. Um, it's been a while since I did any videos because at first the YouTube thing wasn't wasn't popping at the time, and all the drama about the YouTube situations, and I wasn't feeling into it. So I decided to switch over to Twitch. Did some couple of live stream with GTA with my friends, doing some Soda City wrestling with my friends as well, and did mostly non commemorative, not commemorative, commentary. Excuse me. I didn't did any voiceover at the time because I just did a video for Twitch, for my channel, Thirsty Jack Twitch, and I decided, hop back on the YouTube channel because it's the first place I went, and I had so many great moments, and at the time it was fun. And also, that's when Call of Duty was popping at the time, but that was a different story. But I'm glad to be back and hopefully to entertain you guys. So therefore, for this channel, I'm going to focus on wrestling, anime, and sometime other stuff that pops in my head. So therefore, this is Thirsty for Wrestling, and the gameplay I'm showing right now is the WWE 2K17, and I'm playing as Shinsuke Nakamura, and this is a Money in the Bank ladder match. And with this being said, it's a perfect topic. It's about Money in the Bank and who will win and why. So, over on SmackDown, Shane McMahon announced all 6 competitors. It's Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. So, these guys are pretty awesome. All these guys are former champions except Baron Corbin. So, you look at, future main eventers. We've seen AJ Styles become a former WWE champion, and he main event a couple of pay-per-views. We see Kevin Owens. He was a former Universal champion. He main event pay-per-views as well. Shinsuke Nakamura, great NXT champion. Dolph Ziggler, former World Heavyweight champion. He been put up with great matches, including the main event for No Mercy for the Intercontinental Championship. Well, it wasn't a main event, but it was damn near close to it. But we see him, it was to be a great match. Baron Corbin, he was the only one in that group who have not held any title, not even NXT title when he was in the brand. Sami Zayn, former NXT champion, in which it was cut short in one NXT takeover, in which it was unfortunate. So when I look at all these guys and the Money in the Bank match itself, it got me really hyped up about it because this is the first Money in the Bank pay-per-view that I've been excited since, I would say, since last year and CM Punk when he defeated John Cena for the WWE Championship, because that much hype and build. But this one is different because we got our own favorites from Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. All these guys, they are my favorites. But the one person that stands out the most, I wish I will reveal later on. But I'm gonna give you a rundown these guys and what if they won the Money in the Bank, or how they presume. So I look at Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens would be a good candidate to win the whole thing, but at the same time, not yet, because WWE for SmackDown, they got something planned for him. He still running as the face of America gimmick as U.S. champion, and him dropping it just become the Money in the Bank winner and cash it in, become the WWE champion, whoever hold the title, will be a good look. But when you look at the other opponent, Dolph Ziggler, the guy who never held the WWE Championship, who been in a couple of WWE Championship opportunity, including from last year. I can see him winning, but at the same time, not just yet. Not just yet. Sami Zayn, underdog. It will be a good story to tell, and he will be fitting the same shoes as Daniel Bryan, but not to the bigger level. Because he's been winning and giving opportunity after opportunity, but him winning the Money in the Bank will be a good look, but it wouldn't be important. May I say? Who else? Barry Corbin. Barry Corbin will be great, but it would be pushing way too fast. I could compare him to Jinder Mahal, because Jinder Mahal, he had never held any single title until becoming the WWE champion, but they're pushing for the business reason and what Randy Orton said about the Indies. That's my opinion about that. But Barry Corbin winning the Money in the Bank, it will be a great push. Even though he was a heel, I think the fans gonna boo him for the WWE purpose. But for him, it will be a great opportunity and a great look for his future, and I can see him be a WWE champion, but I'd rather see him winning a single title first before moving forward. And then you got AJ Styles. He was a former WWE champion, but him winning the Money in the Bank would be phenomenal. Because I think he deserved it, and I would love to see him get back to the top again and hold on to that title until WrestleMania. I was kind of disappointed him losing the title at the Royal Rumble and not defending the title at WrestleMania. Either he win or lose at WrestleMania, but at least he main eventing at WrestleMania to lose somebody very good. And I would love to see him, retain his title again, because he was a great WWE champion. And then you got Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh man, this guy, he was great for NXT. He was a great NXT champion, and him capture the championship would be great. Him cash it in would be great, and that's the main reason why. There's my prediction that Shinsuke Nakamura is going to win the Money in the Bank. And there's so many reasons why I choose Shinsuke Nakamura to win the Money in the Bank. Now, other people have their own opinion. They want to see AJ Styles win. They want to see Kevin Owens wins, or Dolph Ziggler get his title back. For me personally, Shinsuke Nakamura is a must win, and there are many reasons why he deserves to become the Mr. Money in the Bank. And I would choose at least 3. Including New Japan Pro Wrestling. I wish I would add it on to my third part of it. So, the first one is obvious. WWE never had an Asian champion. Even though you have tons of Asian talent coming through, and I won't be surprised if throwing like an Asian tournament, just like how they did with the UK tournament and upcoming Mae Young tournament, an all-female tournament. But they never had an Asian champion. Of course, people can bring up like Ultimo Dragon and Tajiri and Takamichinoku and Funaki. Yes, but they mostly win cruiserweights, light heavyweight titles, hardcore title, tag team titles, and even United States title. But never a WWE championship, nor the World Heavyweight Championship at the time, and now the Universal title. The only person who held the title, the only Asian wrestler who held the title, the major title, is Shinsuke Nakamura when he won the NXT Championship. And it was a good look for NXT, and plus they promoted and they make a business decision of it, of making him the champion in NXT Brooklyn, and they did it again with the tour in Japan when he won the title in his hometown. And for this situation, Shinsuke Nakamura winning the Money in the Bank and him cash it in it will be the most epic cash in ever. The reason I say that because when you hear that theme music, the crowd will feel the electricity. I can't say the word. They're gonna feel it. they're gonna feel it. But going back to having the first Asian champion, Shinsuke Nakamura will be a great WWE champion once he cashes in whoever held the title. Now, the second part, back to the epic cash in, and that's my vision of him cashing in. Whoever wins the WWE Championship, it could be anytime, any place, or anywhere, or should I say, any arena, like Shane McMahon would say it. I can't imagine the dude come out with a violin, play that theme, the crowd knows about to happen, the music start blasting, Shinsuke Nakamura comes out with the briefcase, cash it in, and give him the Kasaja, and you become the WWE Champion. Will be the biggest pop ever since Dolph Ziggler on Raw after Mania. Now, that's the half of it. The other half is, I would love to see Shinsuke Nakamura doing a traditional cash in, like what Rob Van Dam did to John Cena when he cashed in on Cena on ECW One Night Stand. Now, I can imagine that doing with a certain champion and building up to a dream match. What I'm talking about? AJ Styles. Can you imagine AJ Styles as the WWE champion no time soon during the summer or fall, and Shinsuke Nakamura is a Money in the Bank winner, and during that time close to the WrestleMania season, he decided to cash in. There's two ways I can see it: cash in during the match, beat AJ Styles and become the champion, or cash in a certain match, challenge the champion at WrestleMania to have our dream rematch from Wrestle Kingdom. I want to say Wrestle Kingdom 10. I can remember Wrestle Kingdom 10. It'd be a rematch. AJ Styles defend his WWE Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura and give us a legit rematch. And that's what the fans want. And I think they tease it a little bit. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, stay in the ring, give a little fist bump. But they know back in their mind, them two are going to face each other. Hell, even Shinsuke Nakamura give a little shout out to AJ Styles in his Instagram. Now, why I say a traditional cash in like Rob Van Dam? Because of the build up. When Rob Van Dam and John Cena fought each other in ECW One Night Stand, the build up was great, and plus the match was epic. Now, same thing with Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. Nakamura cashed it in. He won to face AJ Styles 100% healthy, and something is fresh and brand new. When somebody cash in, they usually do the run in after the match or during the middle of the match. We see that plenty of times when somebody cash it in where they down out. We see that numerous times. Mostly the most well-known cash in is Edge. But at WrestleMania 31, when Seth Rollins comes in and cash in during the Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns match, that's the only time we see that happening. But with traditional old school way like Rob Van Dam did and Shinsuke Nakamura did it, will be good. But either way, Shinsuke Nakamura cash it in with that theme music blasting, him running in and cashing in, get that Kasaja, and he become the champion, would be awesome. Now, the third reason, and this is where the New Japan Pro Wrestling comes into play. Now, I know New Japan Pro Wrestling is trying to take over, the US scene, simply doing the G1 special. Now, what New Japan Pro Wrestling got to do with Shinsuke Nakamura cash in and become the WWE champion? WWE wants to let the New Japan Pro wrestlers talent know you can come into WWE and you can be the champion. And Shinsuke Nakamura, former IWGP Heavyweight Champion, former IWGP Intercontinental Champion, or former New Japan Pro Wrestling superstar, comes in to WWE and become the WWE Champion, is a great promotional tool. because WWE want to prove that they are the best promotion wrestling in the world, or should I say the best sports entertainment in the world. Even though New Japan Pro Wrestling have their own IWGP US tournament title pretty soon, and they want to take over the US market. But when you got Shinsuke Nakamura, a Japanese wrestler holding the WWE Championship, one of the most prestigious title in wrestling history, it's a good look not only for WWE but for a Asian market. Just like how they did Jinder Mahal. And since Shinsuke Nakamura holding the title will be an awesome look, because in the past we haven't seen a Japanese main eventer in WWE for a long time. Like usually we see a Japanese wrestler, we seen cruiserweights or for comedic joke or comedic gimmick. But when Shinsuke Nakamura, with a strong fan base from Japan to US, from small to big, whatever, people know him and people recognize him. He's a great talent guy, and that's why they want to do that. So from all three reasons, Shinsuke Nakamura is a perfect pick for him to be in the Mr. Money in the Bank winner. And I don't see anybody else will have a bigger impact than Shinsuke Nakamura. But if he didn't win, then it would be, I would say it would be a big slap in the face, and I think the fans would have a problem with it. Depends who win it. If it be AJ Styles win it, there'll be a good chance we may see, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura rematch for the title. I mean, not rematch for the title, gunning for each other for the title down the road. But if it's somebody else, then it wouldn't be important. It wouldn't have that impact. You know what I'm saying? Like when we see someone holding the Money in the Bank briefcase, you know that person is a guaranteed winner, a guaranteed champion. But unfortunately, we seen like Damian Sandow, who cashed in but lost. We seen Money in the Bank being wasted with John Cena cashing in, and he failed to win the whole thing. But with this situation, with these 6 guys, Shinsuke Nakamura is a must win. AJ Styles is a great pick. Dolph Ziggler will be a good pick. Kevin Owens is a great pick. Sami Zayn is a good pick for the underdog, for the storyline wise. But nothing impact and nothing came close than Shinsuke Nakamura. When you watch him, and I don't like how they portrayed Nakamura as a rock star. And the one thing, this is all the writer's idea. I'm sorry off topic, but when you say once he commits the Money in the Bank, he gonna turn SmackDown into a playground. I don't know, that's a reference from Michael Jackson, the playground thing, but he always known to me as the king of strong style. But with Nakamura, him winning the WWE Championship, it will be epic. And him winning the title, he'll be the most influential champion ever. And nobody come close for being an influential champion, in my opinion, since Eddie Guerrero. Because when Eddie Guerrero becomes the champion, it was big. You was excited to see him comes in. You hear the music, you can feel electricity. Same thing with Shinsuke Nakamura, him winning the Money in the Bank, him winning the title, and the next day you will watch SmackDown, you were just hyped to see him hold the title, and that will be the sight to see, and that will be an epic moment for him winning the Money in the Bank, and him most likely win the WWE Championship from anybody. Now, I will say this though, and this is what I thought about it. If ain't Now, we may see one more person who is a dark horse. People may forget or may not forget Rusev. Now, Rusev may come into play, Now I remember he said he won his championship opportunity in Money in the Bank. Not the championship, but Money in the Bank match. So I will be surprised if they pull a swerve that Rusev comes in, knocks somebody off, and snatch the briefcase, and he becomes Mr. Money in the Bank unofficially. Cause you know what, WWE SmackDown side will pull all kind of string. However, we never seen that happen before. The person runs in and snatch the briefcase, and that will be the first time ever in the Money in the Bank history. So I'm keeping our eyes out for Rusev. Comes in and snatch the briefcase, cashing in himself, and become the WWE champion. Don't and I will see that first in this video that Rusev may happen. Even though I say Shinsuke Nakamura is a Mr. Money in the Bank winner, I choose to pick him to win the whole thing. But Rusev is always back in my mind. But we have not seen him for the past couple of days during the SmackDown promo and on the video. So that's my thoughts. Shinsuke Nakamura winning the Mr. Money in the Bank match. Rusev pops in with a swerve to snatch the briefcase. So that's my wins, and that's my alternative win. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a long video, so I hope you guys stay around and see it. I hope you guys leave a comment, give me your thoughts about this whole Money in the Bank and who you pick to win the whole match. Give me feedbacks about this video. What can I do to make this channel better? And also, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to click on the bell for some more notification so you can see more videos very, very soon. And also, don't forget to hit subscribe. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Looking good now. I can't believe this is still going on. This has reached the point of savagery, and there's not a doctor or EMT in sight. And standing before you, your winner, folks, Sami Zayn.
Here's your winner, Sami Zayn.
That was incredible. I've never seen anything like that match. He clings onto the briefcase that he sacrificed life and limb for, and now he gets a shot at